Judges Robles and Vazquez scoring 119-109. Judge John Poturaj 117-111. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And still, WBA Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Erislandy, the American Dream, Lara.
The fight went exactly as we thought it was going to go. Ishe Smith, former IBF champion, former contender, got Cuban schooled. He took a trip to the Cuban school and, it didn't turn out so well. Erislandy Lara, 22-2 with 12 KOs, is still the WBA interim world regular champion. We know that Floyd Mayweather has the real 154-pound championship at WBA. And guess what? This was a money team card. There's so much to talk about. So I guess I'm going to start with the fight first. We knew that Erislandy Lara was too much for Ishe Smith. He was supposed to fight Ishe Smith on May the 2nd of 2014, but then Erislandy Lara got a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Let's hear what he has to say.
That's a lot, but I did my best, man. When you saw me fight and pressure somebody trying to get him, I tried to make it a fight, man. He's very tough to fight with that style, ripping and running, and like an amateur style is very tough, but I gave it all out here. I let it hang, ripped to the body. I did what I could do.
Could you have done anything differently? It didn't seem like, when he was stationary, you pounded the body as best you could. Some of the shots got through, some didn't. He's in the middle of the ring. He's so hard to hit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very difficult to hit because he's so long. He got long reach. A lot of pitter-patter stuff that looks good to the judges, But, I did what I had to do. No excuses. We had a great camp. I went out there. I let it hang, but you win something, you lose something. That's life, man. Like sometimes you're gonna get that curveball, you're sitting on a fastball, you're gonna strike out, but you gotta get back up to the plate and go to the dugout and realize you got another at bat and keep swinging.
What did Floyd say to you just now?
He said keep your head up. He was proud of me. He's one of the best in the division. I went out there, I gave it all I had. I ripped to the body, tried to slow him down. He's very tough. But I did what I had to do. I thought it was a good showing. It was a pretty good fight. I put myself at risk a lot. Got hit with a lot of shots, and that's it.
You gonna stick with this?
Come on, Steve. Why you ask me crazy questions, man? Yeah, that's crazy. He didn't knock me out. He's very tough to fight. I wasn't hurt. He caught me with a couple good shots, but I'm 36. I had a good camp. Willie Monroe, Jarrell Wright. Those guys got Jarrell Van Horn. Those guys got me ready, and of course I'm gonna stick with it.
Wish you luck, Shay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, a very philosophical.
That's basically what it is. Erislandy Lara is what they call the slick boxer amateur style. For this fight example, Ishe Smith landed 68 punches. He threw 572. Now, of course, Erislandy Lara almost, if not doubled, the punches landed. But Lara was, let's hear what he has to say. I know it's going to be translated, but let's hear what he had to say.
Claro que sí, yo nunca había visto boxear. El primer round se me hizo un poco, yo estaba estudiando y ya después del segundo round ya la sábado con su nivel. Ya lo dominé totalmente.
He said the first round I just want to see exactly how he fought, how he moved, what his movements were, because I've never seen him before. And then after that, I dominated him every single round.
Was his body attack effective in Erislandy's mind?
Trabajo el cuerpo de nada.
Bien fuerte con mi condición, con Jack y nada.
I work very hard with Jack, Ronnie Shields, over at Collection, that's nothing.
All right, the obvious question, what would he like next?
Get it.
Yo quiero los mejores, quiero Floyd. Next fight quiero Floyd. Pelear lo mejor y él es uno de los mejores de la división y yo quiero a Floyd.
He says, I want to fight the best. I want to fight Floyd Mayweather. That's one of the best fighters in the world, and that's what I want to fight. I want to test myself against the best. Already beat Canelo, and we beat everyone else in the division.
I don't think we even needed Louis de Cuba to translate.
Well, if he would have beat Canelo on paper, then I think he would have had a better chance of fighting Floyd Mayweather. Remember, Floyd Mayweather still has to defend that 154-pound title that he has, the WBC and the WBA, and frankly, he really hasn't defended it, even though he did have that dual division defense with Marcos Maidana that he didn't approve of, but he needed, or he would have had to vacate the title. So when it comes to that WBA, the WBA wasn't actually on the line. So I'm thinking, well, Erislandy Lara technically does deserve a shot. You know, on paper, no matter how you look at it, he lost to Canelo on paper. So we're not going to get into the debate of who won and who should have won and all that. On paper, he has a loss. So until he avenges that, Floyd Mayweather's not going to fight him. And hey, also, come on, guys. Thank you, Al Heyman. They have the same manager, advisor, promoter, whatever he is. Thank you, Al Heyman, so the fight can be easily made. You know, if Al Heyman wanted to be made. Because if you sign that exclusive advisory Al Heyman agreement, now we're sure Mayweather's contract is probably somewhat different, then Erislandy Lara fights who Al Heyman tells him to fight. Like this fight tonight made no sense whatsoever. But I guess because Lara owed Ishe Smith that fight, because Lara chose to fight Canelo, and he's supposed to fight Ishe the day before Mayweather took on Maidana the first time, I guess this was like, all right, well, you got to pay that back. And it was easy. I really don't understand the matchmaking. But the real highlight of the night was that Floyd Mayweather decided to call out Manny Pacquiao. I'm talking about literally call him out the hardest and the most direct we have seen him do probably ever, now that I think about it. But I'm going to save that for another video. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. Subscribe.